Hi there, welcome to Insta class on Amity Online. My name is Esther and welcome to this Insta class. I am a mindset transformation coach and an NLP master trainer, and I work closely with you on creating breakthrough by breaking the barriers of your mind. So, welcome once again. As you know, today's topic is to rewire your mindset. So, without taking much time, let's get right into it. But before we start, let me start by asking you a quick question. Have you faced situations in your life where you wanted to do something, but every time you tried or every time you gave it a thought, you came out with responses maybe like, no, it's not for you, or maybe like it won't work for you, or you thought that you didn't have the right skills. So every time when you wanted to do something or try something, you got reasons which stopped you to try anymore. Has that ever happened with you? Or maybe if we take another example, when you're in college right now and you are aiming for a particular company to be placed in. Now you are aiming for a company which is here to be placed in and not aiming for the one which is higher above. There could be many reasons. Maybe one of the reasons could be that you think that it is too big to crack. It's happened to most of us. I have been there and I understand that we aim based on what we think that we are capable of. And why do you think that it is like that? Why do we aim for here and not for here? It is because you are benchmarking your goals based on what you think that you believe your capabilities or your incapabilities are, right? Isn't that the scenario? So today we will be talking about how to get past these beliefs about our limitations and get those bigger goals happening for us, right? And that is what brings me to talk about rewiring your mindset, because it all starts here in our mind with the mindset that we carry about ourselves and about the situation all around the world. So, as we get into this topic, let me tell you one crazy fact about our brain. And that is that our brain can perform more than 100 billion operations per second without even knowing it. So 100 billion operations per second are being operated by the brain and we don't even come to know about it. Is that not crazy? And in all this craziness, the real question is how actually the mind does this. And it does this by categorizing the events and activities into different categories, maybe by generalizing situations, by distorting events, or deleting the events based on their occurrence. So, processes that are repeated frequently in our life are categorized and memorized so that they do not require conscious thinking. And that's why it is only about 2 to 4% times in a day that you actually think what to do. And the remaining 96 to 98% times you don't even think. You run on autopilot. I run on autopilot. Every person runs autopilot around 96 to 98% times in our entire day. We can take one example for this. If you think about the times when you learn to ride a bike or ride a bicycle, at first you had to pay close attention and focus on every small detail of how to do it, right? But then when you repeatedly did it and when you repeatedly got it, then it all kind of set in your brain. Your brain memorized huge chunks of processes, and those were put in the background storage for you to draw again whenever you need to do those things. And that is why once you know how to ride a bike, you never forget. Your brain just knows how to do it automatically. You don't even have to think about it. That's why we enjoy music while driving. But initially, when we learned to drive or ride a bike, did we try listening to music? We did not. Similarly, all our experiences are stored in our subconscious mind, which actually decides for us our course of action most of our life. Like I said, we run on autopilot. So all those experiences which are stored in our subconscious mind actually decides for us. So we do things under the influence of our past experiences. So what happens is 95% of who we are by the time you turn 35 years old is a memorized set of behaviors, emotions, or you can say unconscious habits or hardwired attitudes or your beliefs or your assumptions about things and people. And all this actually functions like a computer program. And so the remaining 5% of the person which you are at the age of 35 years old, if that 5% of you want to become healthy or live a fitter life or want to be more successful or feel more fulfilled, find it challenging to do that. It does not happen because we very often our body is totally running on a different program, and then the 5% of us want to do something different, and that is why change becomes challenging. That programming in our mind needs to be upgraded if at all we want to achieve bigger goals about whatever we are dreaming about. Because if we function under the influence of our old set programs, we may soon give up, because from all our experiences, our mind is programmed to keep us safe, and that is why it holds us back. It stops us from trying something new because it has already designed to decide for us that these are your capabilities and these are your incapabilities. And that is why that old programming is not serving us to reach our bigger goals. Our actions, our decisions, or our choices that we make on a daily basis are mostly guided by a lot of disempowering beliefs that we hold in our head for many, many years. And those disempowering beliefs stop us from doing what we really like, or from what we want to do, or what we want to actually become. We settle with our limitations. We function under those limitations and decide based on what capabilities we think we have and what limitations we think we have. And that is why it is important to rewire your mind, because your old wiring is not serving your extraordinary dreams. So if we have to create some extraordinary things for our life, if we want to do some extraordinary stuff, we need to pay close attention to the wiring of our mindset. Our mind needs to be wired in alignment with your goals and dreams so that everything becomes achievable. And I hope that you are with me on this. So now we know that rewiring our mindset is very, very necessary. So the next big question comes is, how do we rewire our mind? So today I am going to share with you 2 quick tips which are going to help you to do that. The first way is to take control of your thoughts. Now, we believe that we are capable of some things and we are incapable of few things based on the beliefs that we hold about ourselves, right? That's what we have discussed. And these beliefs are actually formed by small, simple thoughts that we think over and over and over again until it gets hardwired into our subconscious mind. So when we say, for example, I can do this, or I cannot do this, or it is too difficult, or I'm too old for this, or maybe when we say that I will conquer the world, all these statements come out of our mouth based on the beliefs that we hold. We need to understand that our thoughts somehow shape our entire reality. They shape our life. And our life is a physical manifestation of all the thoughts that we think in our head. That is why we have to pay close attention on what you are thinking about most of the time in your day. Because there is another crazy fact that on an average, we get around 75,000 thoughts in a day. And what is even more crazier is that of these 75,000 thoughts, about 91% of these thoughts are repetitive in nature. It means that if you got a thought yesterday, you will get a similar thought today, and you will get the same thought tomorrow also, and so on and so forth. So if you're having a encouraging and an empowering thought yesterday, you will feel good about you, and you will keep going to pursue your goal today also. And that positive and empowering thought is going to pull you tomorrow also to get on your task. But if you're having a disempowering thought yesterday, you will have a discouraging and disempowering thought today and tomorrow also. And that is why you have to pay close attention to what you think. And how can we do this? You can do this by writing down your thoughts that do not serve you, and then eliminate them by replacing them with positive or empowering thoughts. And then keep repeating those empowering thoughts. Keep repeating those empowering thoughts to yourself is a very, very important part in this exercise of taking control of your thoughts. Why repeat? Because our brain filters stimulus and accepts what it feels is important to you. So if you're repeating an encouraging and empowering thought every day, the brain starts understanding that this thought is important, so I should keep it. And when it starts accommodating those empowering thoughts, change is happening. Every day is going to be a more productive and a better day. That is why take control of your thoughts by checking what are your thoughts and then replacing them, and then repeating those empowering thoughts to yourself. That's the first way to start rewiring your mindset. And the second most important way of rewiring your mindset is called as pattern interrupt. What do I mean by this? We know that everything, when we do it repeatedly, becomes a habit, right? Like, for example, eating with your dominant hand. You have been eating with one hand always because you've been repeatedly doing it. Your brain is wired to do it automatically. Try doing the same thing with the other hand, and you won't be able to do it unless you start repeatedly practicing it. The same principle holds good for our thoughts and beliefs also. So our repeated thoughts and beliefs give rise to habits. Some are very good habits and some are not very good ones. And those not very good ones are the reason for our feelings of feeling stuck in situations. Those not very good habits are the ones which have to be replaced by healthier and better things. Due to our beliefs and our thoughts, we develop certain habits that do not serve us, like procrastination, anxiety, or overthinking. And all these run in patterns. So, for example, if you're procrastinating, you will start by avoiding to do something over and over again. Similarly, for other habits. So, you have to look onto that pattern and interrupt that pattern by just changing your posture from sitting to standing or walking back and forth. And that's what is going to help you to break that pattern and get onto the empowering ones. And this is what I wanted to share with you today. And I hope that you can practice this to create extraordinary stuff in your life. I would love to hear you and connect with you on my Instagram, which is called as Make New Ways. So do write to me if you have any doubts about them. My suggestion today in the end to all of you is to rewire your mindset by challenging your limiting beliefs that hold you back from doing bigger stuff. And when you do that, you are one step closer to achieving all that you aspire to be. So wish you all the best in creating those extraordinary stuff for yourself by just starting to take control of your thoughts and interrupting those patterns. I would love to hear from you again, and thank you so much for your time. From me, Esther, this is a bye, and I would love to see you again. Bye-bye.